It's okay, baby. She just come and lick it up like a vampire. Some of y'all ain't ready. Everybody, what's happening? I am Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome to another episode of Relationship Goals in the Art Life. So yeah, let's talk about Arlette's show and one of her latest reunions. So I'm gonna do some clips in this.
A yes for you for him?
Yeah.
Oh. And is it a yes for you for her?
Absolutely.
We got a match! I'll take this. Y'all going off. Yes!
So if y'all want to go back and watch it, you'll know the names of the two guests and all that kind of thing. For time and everything else, I'm not really referring to people by name. I'm just going to refer to it by situation. Like I said, I want you to actually go watch her channel, support her channel, go watch the content. It was really sad because the guy seemed like he really was into her and she was really into him.
Are you from LA?
No, I'm from Arizona.
Oh, so you're from Arizona, then
Yeah.
you went to LA, and then you're like, I'm
Back
coming back.
here,
Yes.
family's here, you know, I got a kid, so he wants to be cousins.
Family, yeah.
So.
Oh, good. And then how old are you again?
27.
20.
I'm originally from California as well,
Okay.
from the Bay Area, Oakland area.
Nice.
I've been out here for a little over 2 years.
And so at first when Arlette hears that, she's thinking because the guy lives in Phoenix, oh snap, they about to pair it up. She about to mix her life with his life. They really did hit it off. And nah, that's just too much excitement on, we got a match!
We got a match! I'll take this. Y'all going off. Yes!
I swear, whenever she does that, it's expected. It's one of her trademark sayings, so she gonna say it. I don't think she's gonna ever stop doing it. But it's hilarious, and I admit it gets under my skin every time she says it. Not because Arlette has a horrible voice, but just when she does that, it's just too sister girl, and I'm too man. That's all. I'm too dude, and it just feels like you in the room at a girl's bachelorette party or something. It's too much for me because I could read their body language from the minute they were introduced.
Well, I mean, because you was throwing shots, so I just
get
wanted
it.
to make sure we were going to at least be professional.
No, you
in the
asked for a
area.
hug, and I said, I don't want to hug you. I don't like you. Why would I hug
Okay,
you?
so then we started to kind of talk about something else, and then you got a little, a little testy. And so I was like, all right, if we're not going to be cool, then let's at least be professional,
right.
which I'm glad you're being now. So thank you
Okay.
for that.
Well, just to go ahead and wrap it up.
The body language was separate. It wasn't we are a couple. It was, okay, y'all ready for this story?
Go for
Actually,
it.
sure.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say, so after we left the show, I offered him if he wanted to come and join me. At the time, I was already having a barbecue
Okay.
with my family. We went back there, and I guess it just he did leave at 2 a.m, so it was like
Okay.
not like that.
He stayed for some time.
He stayed for some time.
Okay.
He acted like he did enjoy himself. And then, he went home after. Everything was kind of fine after that. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like no big thing. Nothing went wrong.
Okay.
It was just like, okay, we got to know each other a little bit more. Not that much, but a little bit more. And then the next day, we were supposed to hang out, but I had to fly back to LA.
Okay.
So we were planning on going on a real date, fly out to LA and see me, or I can fly back to Arizona and see you.
Yeah.
But, it just didn't get to that point.
Second.
Okay.
And then, that didn't happen. So we ended up kind of she kind of just went back home. And so we had talked about possibly, having a date. Obviously with me having to go to LA or she coming back here.
But I was so much with my sister and stuff. They don't get to see me that much. And so from breakfast, we have all the kids. It's just so much stuff right now that I can't bring him into right now
Okay.
to what we had going on. And yeah, that's why I was like, it took a little bit too much time. And then, you know, flying in, you got to rent a car, you got to go clean it, you got to take it back. Like, it was that. And then it's the heat. So you're hot, and it was just too much. So I was okay with, I have no problem flying in 2 days.
It's headed towards a boundary. The young lady made it very clear. And the very first thing she said that to her, family is everything. She's always around her family. She got a big family. If you're gonna be around her, you're gonna have to be around her family. She also mentioned that she had a child. Now, I don't see anything wrong with somebody who's family oriented, by no means, because I'm extremely family oriented. But I'm not obsessed with that. And I find that some people who are like, I love my family, then marry your family. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to even marry nobody else into your family if you're so obsessed with family that you don't have no life outside of the people who are currently your family. Stop looking for adding anybody else to that equation if all you need is your family, your family. I'm so sick of hearing that with some people. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. You need to have your own life outside of family. This woman invited a man she just met on a dating show platform, online, on the internet, that everybody gonna see. Hey, guess what? I was going to a family event tonight, so if you wanna hang out, you're more than welcome. Now, I give her credit. She did say, no pressure. That was his out. That right there was his out. You don't have to go. Now, the other thing, I wonder if she gave the disclaimer that she said later on in the reunion. I doubt at the time she said, but let me let you know, I'm family obsessed, and if you say no now, I may as well have popped my balloon, because as far as I'm concerned, if we match, we now family. We ought to be all over each other, all around each other, all the time, or something crazy like. She said, I gave him, a choice. It wasn't like I was pressuring him. He could go or not go. He said, yeah, sure, I'll hang out with you. I'll go to this family cookout. A family freaking cookout.
Girl, he is fine. I like to watch that. Do he got a girlfriend? Yes. Anyway, you better watch his ass. Somebody might steal.
No man should be meeting your child if you don't know him yet. And I mean know him. Meeting him on a damn dating show and liking him and pairing with him on a dating show is not knowing him. I'm not saying this dude couldn't be trusted or anything like that. This is just general common precaution. It ain't got shit to do with a good person meeting another good person. Don't know each other yet.
Anyway, you better watch his ass. Somebody might steal.
There's nothing about this that made sense from the minute it was explained.
Okay. And I was fine with that. I was fine with moving forward. I didn't show him any type. I showed him who I was. Mm-hmm. We had a great time. I wasn't like flirting with my baby dad. It wasn't anything. He actually left early. So it was just like, he wasn't even there for the rest of the time there.
Now, to his fault, unfortunately, his mistake, because he made two big ones. Bro was like, yeah, I'll go. No, hell no. I'm under no illusions about the fact that, things happen. People get caught up in the moment. And, you're excited. This woman's beautiful. She obviously was into you. From her perspective, it's her own idea of what you are versus who you are. She was talking, at one point, she was later on in the conversation, talking about how it ain't nothing for me to hop on a plane. It ain't nothing. Okay, so you got a little money. Oh, Lord, don't let this money go to their head. When that money go to y'all head, y'all lose y'all freaking mind. Men and women. But boy, when women get it, it's like men are expected that if they're going to, be wanted on a certain level, they got to make a certain amount of money. We all know that, right? Women, on the other hand, this is kind of new to y'all. I'm not saying that there ain't been women in history that have always been, making money and trend-setting and millionaires and all that. But I'm talking about this modern woman. The phrase is it ain't been made up off of nothing. It's actually based on history. It is a modern thing. It is a very modern thing when you compare it to the amount of other years where a lot of this stuff was not the norm. And I'm not, before you think, oh, this dude is another one of them red pill, this pill, that. I ain't a nothing pill type of dude. Dude had everything in his corner to play the ball, but he just didn't understand how to play it right. It's like, bruh, I'd be like, that is such a kind gesture, but I'd like to get to know you better before I ever step foot in front of your family. It sends the wrong message. Stepping in front of your family says we are at the next level of considering a commitment with marriage and the bonding of our families together. you have a child and all that. It's a lot to that. I don't ever want to meet your child until we have dated for quite some time. Well, how long is that? However long it needs to be, but on average, we need to go a few months.
Previously planned vacation, actually before
Prior to
we
you
met,
coming on
prior
the
to
show.
me coming on the show.
Okay.
And she inquired who I was going with, and I told her, and it was a friend and actually an ex of, we're still friends, friend of mine. She's
You said it's an ex?
Ex and a friend, yeah.
So obviously, we were, okay, let me tell you, we were on the phone. We're talking, getting to know each other. You know, he said he's gonna go to Puerto Rico for his birthday. And I was like, oh, fun. Like, who are you going with?
Right.
Like, he said, he skipped the question first. He skipped the question. And then I was like,
I did, absolutely did.
oh, okay. But then I asked again, like, wait, who are you going with? And he said, my ex. And I was like, I think my phone's dying. So after that, I never talked to him again. I hung up. We never talked until the only way we talked again, because I think he called me a few times after that. I did not answer. There was no reason. There was no reason for us to talk. There's no reason.
So you didn't tell him why you're no longer
There's no
talking
reason
to him?
to
I did not
talk.
call her.
Okay, I have receipts, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
And you know, it was. You're going. What do you wanted me to do? Tell you like. How was the vacation with your ex? Like, did you guys chill on the beach or something? Like, did you want me to wait for when you got back?
But I will say that there were some things that she told me that she was processing through that kind of just, you know, put it in a different perspective for me as far as the seriousness of like what was happening.
Okay, so you think she wasn't as serious about getting to know you?
Well,
or?
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I just didn't think we were in a space to where I would cancel a trip with an ex or a friend because I met you.
So now you're annoyed that he's playing dominoes with your family and getting along with everybody. Translation, damn, you and him fell out, but they asking about him. So when you trying to forget him, they still say, what happened to so-and-so, that nice young man you brought to the party? Aunt so-and-so is driving you up the fucking wall, asking you, where's that man?
Maybe some of what you gotta rub off on it.
He should have never been privy to any of that.
Jen, I was focused on you, and
I'm confused. Did you not tell me that you were still in love with your ex? Or did I
no, I said I have love for my ex.
All right. So there was a kind of a whole space about that where you kind of went into more detail about that, which I won't share here. But for you to kind of just make it seem like you just said that is a bit disingenuous. And so what I took away from that conversation and based off of what I observed with your interactions, what you said is that it was not in my best interest to pursue seriously in that way. Like, I was open to allowing it to develop. But as you said, after you left, even after the next day when you were supposed to call me and you didn't, like, I take people like for their word. When you say you're going to call me, I was expecting that and you didn't. You just left, and I actually had to reach out to you and was like, hey, I hope you made it home, A, B, and C. And then you end up responding to that. But those are key indicators that you may also not be as serious as you think you are. And so there's no way in hell I'm even thinking about canceling a trip with a friend that's pre-booked. Or even anything that's what we are now. Like, we're not together. So I mean, like, or even like anything remotely close to that for what I've seen in just a 24 or 48 hour period.
That is very weird.
Yeah, it just sounds like this was gonna crash and burn from the beginning.
Yes, definitely did.
Because now I see her situation is way complicated, and I ain't trying to be in the middle of something that deep. So I'm putting her in a different category, and that's what it's gonna be, because I don't see this being something too serious. It might be a really good time. Now, when a man says that, and he said that, what he's really saying is, yes, he wants an intimate relationship with you. He don't want to be cast into the friend zone because you fine as hell. Yes, he wants to clap them cheeks, as they say. Hell yes, he does. Of course he does. Look, hey, that's in a man's nature. He's single. He got all the options. He's trying to interview all of them. Let's try it all out and see what works. Hey, it's a buffet. I'm eating everything I can till they say the buffet is closed. You understand? Women, stop being mad at a man for that. Y'all do the same thing in a different way. Let me break it down. I can see myself having done something like this when I was a little younger. You know what I'm saying? In my 30s, there was a time I was new to all this stuff, man. I had been married, I'm divorced, get back out here. I don't know how these folks do, I don't know how they move, but I had women teach me this. Not dudes, pay attention, fellas. You can learn something from the women you date, but they quick to tell you, we just met. It's not like you're my man or anything, so I don't owe you that information. When you ask a certain question, you be like, wait a minute, did this just turn into HR at the job? Am I under review? Did I make a mistake? Is this about to become a review of my character because I asked a question you didn't like and it seemed inappropriate? No, and they real cool, calm, and collected. Oh, they'll still be flirting with you with it. It's mean. It's the coldest knife. It's like stab you and then lick the wound. It's goddamn. The hell did you just I'm bleeding. It's okay, baby. Just come and lick it up like a vampire. Some of y'all ain't ready. Y'all better understand these silver hairs is real. I've been around. Y'all talking about spin the block. Oh, I built the block. Shut up and sit down. Class is this. Let me tell you what a grown-ass woman will do to your ass. Women got clocks, period. Men do too. We gotta wake up to our clocks and understand we got a right. We got a right, damn it. For all they demand out of us, you gotta remind them, you can't make me pursue you. You gotta give me reason to pursue you. And if you are too busy for me, then I can't pursue you, number one. So when you come to me with all that busy lifestyle type stuff, they love to be, because they so modern. Yet they trying to mix tradition with modern. You can't mix the two, but it's too far gone. It's too far gone. I say it all the time here on this channel when I talk about relationship goals in the art life. We are a hybrid culture.
But she did kind of like make some sort of whatever kind of funny comment when I actually did go on vacation. She told me happy birthday and was like some sort of comment, I hope you're enjoying or something with your ex.
Oh, yeah, of course. I think we were still following each other, and I said, happy birthday, you're in Puerto Rico. I hope you have fun with your ex.
And so I responded, and so even at that point, I thought that there was maybe some sort of, attempt to continue conversation. Okay. But so when I responded, I forgot what she said, but she said something to the effect, which is basically like kind of like ask if it was kind of, I felt questioned, and so I never responded to that. And that was our last communication before the podcast. And I do have.
Obviously, he's not serious, but then you have the means to tell me that I'm not. You didn't get to know me enough. You didn't get to know anything that I was about. You didn't even try. You didn't try at all. Like, you barely called me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think this based off of what I observed in totality, that did not lead me to put my best foot forward or my best attempt to get to know you. So for that, you're right. But I think based off of what you said or what I took away from our conversation at the barbecue,
it's ace, man, in the hole, and you gave it up. You didn't have to put your card down, man. You could have played the card that women play. When women want to do whatever the hell they want to do in the early stages of a relationship, they not gonna give you all the details that they don't want to give. Now, if you get a real one, even she is not gonna. First of all, if you got a real one, she wouldn't have done what she did. She wouldn't have invited you to that barbecue. She also wouldn't have been bothered when he said this. If you got a real one, but this is the problem. We ain't dealing with too many real ones out here, and you had already assessed from the barbecue. She was real in some ways to you, but not in others. And let's just be real, man. Really real. Too many reals been said. We're gonna say it one more time. Real. You wanted some ace, cause she fine. That's it, man. You had put her in. She's doable. She's presentable enough. She's a lady enough. She got something going for her, so she's not trash. She's a quality lady. She's got talent. She's pursuing a career in the arts. She's got a child she got to take care of. She's close to a family. So she's not total trash, but she got some messy ass ways and habits. So I don't want to be in her mess, but maybe I can be her refuge when she needs a shoulder to lie on and cry on, and we still end up waking up together eating eggs over one more session before she get out the door. That's what you're thinking, bruh. All them little words you putting on it on the show trying to cover it. Man, I understand. Ain't nothing wrong with having candor. But even what I said is still candor because it's the truth. And let's just get to it. Let's just get to it. Right? Right. Now, he was gonna take a trip for his birthday. Shout out to you, fellow Virgo. Once he said he was what his birthday was, I was like, oh man, yeah. He just young, that's all. You gonna be all right though, bro. Just keep it tight, man. V Nation, Virgos gotta represent, bro. We gotta be different, man. We gotta show them we thinking. Cause well, I know what happens. We get around all these other folk and all this randomness they do, and we feel like we ain't gonna have no fun unless we get crazy with them. So we start saying yes to barbecues on the first day of meeting somebody. Never stop messing with you. But seriously, you just gotta stay in your lane, man. That's all. You just gotta stay. I'm saying this for all fellas. I'm using these two individuals as representation. I want to make it clear. I don't know these people worth nothing, so I'm not coming for you personally. Ain't nothing about this personal. We all out here on the internet. And once we put it out here, we for the world to say, hey, we got something to say and we just want to be heard. In my case, it's edutainment. The way women, let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way. Fellas, pay attention. Uncle is talking to you. Silver Fox is in the room.
Silver Fox?
You said stop playing. You don't tell a woman that you are, look, you don't lie to a woman. Let me start this bit. I'm not going into, you lie, you do that. No. Nothing I'm gonna ever tell you is about some lying. I'm the biggest one for tell the freaking truth. But you can withhold, and you have the right to withhold details of all of your truth with someone new to you. You ain't put no ring on no finger. Ain't nobody owe you a damn thing but some let's get to know each other better. Because if it had been in reverse, this is what I was going to say earlier. If it had been in reverse, if she had been the one talking about, I'm just going on a little girl's trip. Where? To Jamaica. The infamous Jamaican girl trip, right? Oh, wow. So y'all going to do the whole bamboo raft and the clay body massage and all that, ain't you? Some dude going to be just all over them thighs, greasing them up with that special clay that makes your skin so beautiful. Yeah. Well, we're going to do some activities. I don't know if we're going to do all of that. I wouldn't love to answer questions when they're on their bullshit. Hell yeah, she going to go get it. They're going to do whatever they want to do and leave it in Jamaica. Just like you had the right to go to Puerto Rico with your ex and get all of that, whatever y'all still got between y'all, out of y'all, since y'all not together, but y'all still know how to get together. Get together well. Why? All this confession. These are my confessions. For what? You ain't in nothing. And here's the difference in my channel and other channels. Ain't nobody called nobody no simp yet. You just made mistakes. That's all I'm saying. Nothing about it simp. You ain't no simp. You just a real ass dude who got caught up. I just don't want to keep seeing real ass dudes get caught up. What's the famous lyric my man Tribe Called Quest Q-Tip said? What would be your lady if she didn't say maybe? I love the lyric. But here's the thing. It's giving them a little bit too much credit to say only a lady says maybe. All women say maybe. Even the ratchet of the most ratchet, give it to anybody's. But only a real lady is going to check herself when she's making mistakes and be big enough to apologize, be big enough to dial it back and say, I see where you're coming from. Like if he had a show enough, like I say, she's okay, she's just young. If she had been a little older, more seasoned, first of all, she wouldn't have invited him to the barbecue. And if she had just too excited and made the mistake, she would have, I want to apologize for inviting you. You should not have been there that soon. That's too much on you, and I put too much on myself to put you in front of my family that soon. Now you like, what else do you realize and analyze and understand? Because that's a turn the funk on to a real man. Because it takes a woman who's a thinker to be in a long-term relationship. It's chess, not checkers, baby. And if you ain't a thinker, you can't be my queen on the board. Holla.